Hello friends and welcome to Sustainable Prepping, your home for fear-free emergency preparedness and a sustainable life. My name is Brecky and today I want to show you a pantry stock-up haul that I grabbed from my local Food Lion. I'm going to be doing several hauls over the next week or two because I am going through a bit of a winter restock. We're in a new house and so I had to leave a bunch of our pantry stock-up items. I donated them to charity. You can catch some of my old videos on that. So I'll be taking you through my intentional stock-up. I've been watching the news. I'll do a whole video on my thoughts about that later, but I want to show you what I'm purchasing to give you some inspiration as you make your own choices. I picked all of this up today at my local Food Lion, so I'm gonna show you what I've got. And if you don't follow me on Instagram, you probably don't know this, but as I was setting all of this up, one of the cans fell on my pinky toe on my right foot. So if I'm hobbling a little bit, that is because I injured myself making this video for you. It's a tough life being a vlogger, right? Anyways, I want to say a great big welcome if you're brand new and you just found my channel. Glad you found the slice of the internet. And if you're not new, great big welcome back. So glad that we're here together. Don't forget, friends, to like the video, subscribe to the channel, click the bell icon so you never miss any of my fear-free emergency preparedness videos. And if you find this video or any of my videos useful, interesting, entertaining, helpful, send them to a friend, post them on your Facebook page, put them on your Instagram, send them in a link, put them on your LinkedIn. I don't really care. Spread them on social media. Get the word out that there is a better way to do emergency preparedness, that you can prepare for emergencies without being surrounded by fear. I am so excited to be spreading this message of fear-free emergency preparedness. Let me take you over and show you everything I got in my pantry stock-up haul. The first one from a Food Lion. Let's go. All right, so here it is. Here is the big haul. It's not a whole table's worth, which is wild to me. Although things like milk and blueberries and bananas, I didn't include those here because those are going to get eaten up. So it wasn't really a pantry restock for those sorts of things. But this is what I intentionally purchased for the pantry. This will go into my working pantry and will be used to rotate through. I try to have about 8 weeks worth of food on my working pantry at any given time. Okay, so that's what most of this stuff is for. So let's go ahead and start here. We've got some pears. I realized I did not have enough fruit and nor do I have enough vegetables in my pantry. Now, I don't like canned veggies, so you're not going to see a lot of that here, but we do love canned pears. So I got 4 of those. Didn't have a lot more, and I didn't want to go too hog wild because I am going to go to Costco and see what I can find there, but I was already at Food Lion and wanted to go ahead and get some things. So we got some canned pears to have some fruit on our shelves. And then these, one of my sons loves these, so he'll be putting these in lunch boxes, but I'm gonna take a couple of them and stick them in a go bag just to give us some variety. We have granola bars, but these are great. They last forever. They will, crumble up, so you gotta think about that. But one of my sons absolutely loves these, so probably I'll take 2 or 3 out, put them in our go bags, and the rest he'll have for lunches. But I wanted to show you those. All right, and then just kind of going through here, another box of first aid stuff. This is just our Band-Aids. We have plenty, but my girls love to play with them, so I like to have extra backups in case the girls have ransacked my normal stash. I was getting low on baking powder. Now these are great. If you are someone who does a lot of cooking, these Better Than Bouillon are fabulous. And I'm actually gonna sit down per my toe hurting. So I know that for people who are home canners, the idea of having bouillon paste is a blasphemy. However, there are times when I run out of broth because I don't raise my own chicken, so I'm not constantly making chicken broth. If I don't have a whole chicken that I've eaten, then I don't have the bones to make broth. So I like to have these on hand. My husband actually prefers this bouillon to my homemade beef broth because my homemade beef broth is fattier and he prefers the flavor of this. These are great if you're putting together something really fast, if you are wanting to add a flavor to your rice, but you don't want to use your good homemade stock. So I like having these. These are an emergency thing. These are oh, we don't have very much left, or I ran out, or I'm in between, or I don't want to waste my good broth on using it to cook something. So we drink a lot of broth. So these are often things that we use in soups and salads. They are organic. You can get the organic ones. You can get bigger ones at Costco, but we don't go through them as fast as that because we don't use it all the time. So we like to have these on the shelves. Once you open them, they need to be kept cold. And yeah, I like them and I think they're worth having. Moving on over, I did get 4 onions and they're gonna sit in the pantry. I was down, I had no more onions left. I'm gonna get more to have through the winter and do a winter box for these, but I wanted to show you that I too have to stock up on onions. And now that we don't have our CSA currently set up, I'm having to buy all my produce and think about it, and it's annoying. So I can't wait to get a new CSA. All right, we love these things. I think I see them in every single stock up haul, and I got this one because it was half regular apple and half apple cinnamon, and my girls love apple cinnamon right now. That is their favorite, oddly enough. So we definitely wanted to get those. All right, so I want to show you the Jell-O, okay? We don't eat a lot of pudding. We're not big pudding fans. I mean, I like a good chocolate pudding, but in the event that we do have a long-term emergency, money gets tight, items at the store get tight, having these on the shelf means that we have a nice treat, an easy to make treat. And it's there, it's a sweet treat. It's not hard to make, it's not time intensive. I don't need an oven. I just need to be able to warm up some milk, basically. And I can use powdered milk for this. So I've got 2 vanilla and 2 chocolate, and those are really just, you know, emergency treat foods. Think about that as you plan your pantry. Think about having little treats like this, even if they're not something you eat all the time, that aren't time intensive. I've got baking stuff to make cupcakes, but if it's time intensive, you may not want to invest that time if you're doing a lot of other work. So just keep that in mind. Okay, so this was actually it was this one. This is what fell on my toe, rude. But I have used several jars in the last couple of weeks. I've made Millionaire spaghetti, I've made lasagna, and so I wanted to replace what I had already used. So we're keeping at least 8 to 10 jars in my working pantry at any given time. We're just rotating through. So these will go to the very back up on my shelves, keeping that 8 to 10 jar supply so that we have 8 to 10 pasta meals available to us in a stressful situation. And this just means that, you know, my working pantry is working for me. And that's part of a working pantry, y'all, is you work it, you move it, you use the stuff. I was totally out of this. I didn't realize I was out, so I'm restocking, and I will probably get a second one for later, although I don't use a ton of this, but restocking it because I was out, and I'm getting a backup salad dressing. Yes, I can make salad dressing. I can, but I like this. So I'm having an extra one on my shelves as a backup, but we probably will switch over to making our own salad dressing here pretty soon. All right, here's where we get into prepper stuff, okay? We don't eat a ton of canned meat. It's not one of our favorites as far as commercially canned, but I grew up with this as a treat on like once every couple of months. My dad would get a big jar of this Hormel canned hash. It's some kind of meat and potatoes that you just heat up in a skillet. After we just came through the storm, we were without power for 22 hours, which is not bad. But I was thinking about food that could be easy to make, very little steps, just simple, you know, heat it and go, and it's hearty and it's warm. And these came to mind. So when I saw this larger size, I got 2 of them. And is it healthy? Nope. But in an emergency, it'll be warm and it will fill some bellies. Okay, we're gonna move over here. And again, you'll have to excuse me if it's a little wobbly because my toes still hurt. So this is our beans. Restocking on canned beans. Can I home canned beans? Absolutely. In fact, I plan on getting to that sometime in the next week or 2, home canning a bunch of the dried beans that I have. But I have been so busy with kids home from school, and you know, so we had some illnesses run through the family. I'm in the process of a job hunt, like just lots going on. So I like to have commercially canned beans. Here's a tip, friends, and I talk about this in my food storage in a weekend workshop that I teach. If you want to get the course, you'll have a link down below. It's so useful if you've never put together your own food storage. Helps you make it happen really fast. But here's my hot free tip for you. If you've never worked with dried beans before, don't use them in your food storage, because you do not need that learning curve. Go ahead and buy your pre-canned, okay? Yes, it's a little bit more, but you are paying for someone else to cook them and can them for you, so all you have to do is open and go. It's worth the extra money, I promise. I promise. If you're not used to dried beans, go ahead and get the canned. So I got 4 cans here of cannellini, which are harder and harder to find, so definitely got to home can some of these because I can't find them as easily. And when I find them, they're like twice as expensive as everything else. This is our favorite bean, probably, is a cannellini bean. Got some Great Northern because they're a nice cannellini replacement. Not a ton of those, but I got a few. And I got a couple garbanzo beans right here. Again, not a ton, but a few because I have a bunch. And then give me a second, we're gonna move over and look at the rest. Okay, so I also got 4 cans of black beans, in part because I'm gonna be using a couple cans tonight, and I used a couple of cans last week. So this is really just replacing what we have in the working pantry. Like I said, I'm gonna be going to Costco, so I'm gonna get another flat of 8 cans pretty quick, and just sticking those in the pantry, having a nice big back supply, because we use probably the beans we use the most are black beans, and then garbanzo and cannellini are the ones we use the most. So if we were to slim down our pantry into a minimalist pantry, I probably would just keep black beans and then garbanzo and chickpeas and not bother with anything else, because that's what we like the most. So one of the things that the power outage showed me is I want some easy things that need the least amount of effort. And so I picked up 3 of these pre-made rice packs. See, the rice is in there already. I'm gonna get some more, but this was literally all they had on their shelves were these 3. So 2 jasmines and a basmati rice. And this is so that if the power is out, if our natural gas is out, if we don't have access or inclination to get the big, to get out the EcoZoom stove, we can break up one of these, open a can of this, or open a soup or whatever, or get one of these, which I'm going to show you. And now we have a heartier meal, and it takes very, very little effort. Very little effort. So these are really useful to have. If you are someone who, even if you're someone who knows how to cook, these are nice to have, but if you're someone who's not proficient in the kitchen and you're a little intimidated by putting together your working pantry, get some of these. There's all kinds of different flavors, and you can get quinoa, all kinds of stuff, so pick up some of these. All right, over here, they had a really good sale on these, which is why I picked some up. I think it was 2 for $3. So I've got 2 of the Thai chili style, which is very flavorful. You're gonna get bored of bland flavors. So definitely stock your spices, but then when you can get some things that are mixed in, that's nice. I've got a lemon pepper and an herb garlic, and then 2 plain ones here. I'm thinking some of these are going to go in bug out bags to replace anything that is looking like it's coming due, and then the rest will go onto the shelves for snacks, quick meals. Again, in the event of a grid down situation, in the event of lack of electricity and gas to heat things up, having some of these with crackers, with rice, I mean, you've got something that tastes okay, maybe not the best in the world, but it's got flavor, it's got fats and proteins and carbs, and now you have a complete meal. Okay, I'm beginning my butter stock up. This was, the organic was actually like only 50 cents more expensive than the regular, so I went ahead and got the organic, and I'm gonna be stacking up my butter. Some of this will go in the fridge and some of this will go in the freezer, but there is a butter shortage. I actually saw, of all things, on the Daily Show that there is a butter shortage, so I'm gonna be doubling, tripling my normal butter stores. Okay, I got some white vinegar. These are smaller than normal. I normally get big gallons. They didn't have any regular gallons, so I got 2 small ones. We use this for cooking, we use this for cleaning, all kinds of stuff. So I was out and I got more. And then these snacks. These are great grab and go snacks. My husband loves these. These are a wonderful little snack to have. And sometimes you just need, like I said, when the grid is down, you don't want to have to cook all your meals. You don't want to be making everything from scratch if you can avoid it. So putting the snacks you already like, you already eat, into your pantry is a useful thing. So there you have it, friends. This is my working pantry restock as I am preparing for winter. I will need to get some more cold and flu supplies, and I'll show you when I do that haul. I've got to inventory what we have and inventory what we need. I'm going to be pulling out the inventory I created. If you are interested in having an working inventory, I'll leave the link down below if you want to see what my inventory looks like that I use to inventory not just my pantry, but my whole house. But definitely think about what you use, what you can turn into meals, what you need to have on the hand, and what you can get to help make mealtime easier. Friends, I hope that this was useful to you. Comment down below and let me know what you are stocking up on and how you are preparing your working pantries for winter. Remember, you are going to create a pantry that works for you and your family with your tastes and your desires and your cooking level and skill, your storage, your available finances, and any food restrictions that you might have. And so these are just ideas to help get you started and to help you build out your working pantry. If you're interested in learning more about how to build a working pantry, how to build a mid-tier pantry, how to build a long-term pantry, I've got videos. I'll make sure they get linked organized in the eye of the sky, and if I can remember, down in the description. So check out down in the description for all of my links to my courses, my inventory, videos, where to find me on the internet. I'm on Instagram. We have a Facebook page. You can come and hang out with me down on the internet when I'm not making videos. I hope you guys are all doing well. I hope that you got through the storm okay, and if you are in recovery, that you have a community that is supporting you. If you have video ideas you want me to talk about, leave them down in the comments. I am putting together a filming schedule. I'm hoping to get some new videos out and pre-scheduled so that when I injure myself, I'm not behind. This will go up on time, but you know how it goes. Anyways, I hope you guys are all doing well, and until the next video, happy prepping.